Okay, this is a tutorial to get the this activity complete. It's a little bit complicated, so hopefully this could help. First thing, make sure you're reading the directions. It says, utiliza los verbos entre paréntesis para crear mandatos afirmativos y negativos. Sigue el modelo. So use the verbs in parentheses to create commands, commands that are affirmative and negative. Follow the example. So example is, hay que terminar el proyecto para la clase de inglés. You can ignore this comma there. It'll be gone when you see it. We have to finish the project for English class. All right, so that's the situation. What you're going to do is going to give two commands. First command is going to be a positive affirmative command. And the second command is going to use no, as is applied here, indicate that it's a negative command. So let's go ahead and get started. For each question, or for each number, for each one, we're gonna do two answers. We're gonna create two answers. First one is a positive command, and second one is a negative command using the verbs provided. So the first thing we have is terminarlo, to finish it. So we're gonna say, let's command a person to finish the project. Finish it this afternoon. We can make that the answer here. So we're gonna say, termínalo esta tarde. So notice we have no R there. Okay, terminarlo means to finish. We have to conjugate to make it a command. Finish it would be termínalo. Okay, and notice also we get a written accent on the I because it retains that stress on the I, because we want to say termina. Termina is the command. So we add the extra syllable, we're going to have a written accent there. Termínalo esta tarde. No esperes. No esperes hasta mañana. Don't wait until tomorrow. Now notice that the verb is esperar, but the command says no esperes. Okay, and the reason is because in the negative command for the to form, okay, and this only works with the to form, the positive command, the affirmative command, keeps the vowel there, but the negative command changes. And actually this works for any other commands as well. It's just the to affirmative command keeps the vowel the same. That's the only case. It has to be affirmative, it has to be to. Okay, every other case, we're going to change that vowel. ARs get an E and ER-IR verbs get an A. All right, so make sure we make an affirmative command first, use the second verb to make a negative command. Must conjugate. Please conjugate each one for the command. You got to take that R off, everybody. You got to take the R off. In the affirmative command, the direct object pronoun goes at the end of the verb. You notice termínalo, right? Finish it. Okay, now that's going to come into play later on. Let's look at number one here. We have tengo que comprar mis útiles. I have to buy my supplies. That's our situation. So, and our answer, I'm going to just recopy the verbs over here. We're going to say buy them, buy your supplies, buy your school supplies. So the command is compra, and we're just going to add the direct object pronoun to the end, compralos. Okay. Notice though that because we have the extra syllable, we got to make that have a written accent. And that is basically the answer. Compralos, maybe we can say compralos hoy. Buy them today. Okay, the situation is I need to buy school supplies. So let's say we'll buy them today. Okay, now we want to give a negative command and we have a verb perder. Now perder means to lose, right? Perder means to lose. Now there's a couple things we got to keep in mind here. We're going to take this ending off. Remember that we're going to have, instead of the ES, we're going to have an AS, but we also need to change that stem to an IE, okay? Perder is an IE stem changer. So the command form follows that rule as well. Now, where does the los go? Is it going to go at the end of pierdas or is it going to go before? The answer is it goes before. A rule of thumb you can always use is that the direct object pronoun is going to tend to go before the verb in just about every situation. The only situation it goes after at the end, hooked on, is in this affirmative command form and with the infinitive, just like you saw in the example, comprarlos. See, it works like that. But with perderlos, and you conjugate it, it's got to go back behind the verb. That's where it likes to be anyway. Oops, kind of switch those letters around. No los pierdas. Don't lose them. And then we're done. We're done with number one. That's the answer. Now, you'll see in some other ones, you got to be careful. With number two, tengo mucha tarea para mañana. I have a lot of homework for tomorrow. Notice with hacer, okay? Be careful about this one. You know, hacer is irregular in the command form, right? What's the command form of hacer? It's us, okay? So we want to say do it, okay? Meaning the homework. And it is la tarea. So hacerla simply becomes hazla, and maybe we want to say do it now. Hazla ahora. Okay, hazla ahora. Now, do we need a written accent here? No, because it was a one-syllable word to begin with, so we're fine. Okay, now we want to have that negative. Okay, think of the negative. What's going to be negative for no ver, right? What's my negative command for no ver? Okay, look that up. I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Okay, I think that's enough. Now, number three, you also got to be careful. Estoy en el centro. I'm downtown. And I want to say, come pick me up. Okay, but what's the command for venir? Okay, it's irregular. You're going to have to review. Go back to your book. Go back to page 26 and look at that if you need to. Also, the negative command is also irregular, and you're going to need to look that up too if you don't know it, but it's going to be different. So please look at things. You may need to take a few minutes to look up an answer. That's okay. And then number four, te ayudo is basically, can I help you? Or should I help you? Okay, we're going to say yes, yes, I need your help. Why don't you set the table for me, right? Think of your command for poner, right? And you can just leave la mesa alone. So what's the positive form of poner? It's irregular. And then with no sacar, the sacar command, that A changes to E. When that happens, that C is going to change to QU. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, and then number five, no tengo ganas de hacer nada. I don't feel like doing anything. We're going to command the person to work and to not be lazy. So trabajar, trabaja, that's easy, right? Trabaja hoy, trabaja ahora, right? No ser perezoso, don't be lazy. Look at the command for ser, and it's going to be different for the affirmative and the negative, so make sure you're paying attention to that. Okay, muy bien. Muchas gracias. Y nos vemos.